A country in turmoil since the army seized power earlier this month, detaining the elected leadership, including Nobel Peace Laureate Aung San Suu Kyi, after her party won last November's parliamentary election in a landslide.
Instead of resorting differences to established legal mechanisms, the military exploited difference to try to justify an attempted coup. I say attempted, since the takeover has not stabilized. It would appear to be roundly rejected by the people. It is important the international community does not lend legitimacy or recognition to this regime. I also say coup because the military takeover and declaration of the state of emergency was a clear violation of the constitution, regardless of what they claim.
Bergner warned that the international community could no longer take a business-as-usual approach to Myanmar's military as it continued with ongoing violations, including the killing of peaceful protesters, illegal detentions, and clamping down on freedom of expression, including targeting journalists, calling the rising death toll unacceptable. While the Special Envoy's efforts to visit the country have so far been blocked by the country's military.
In our fight against the military regime,
An emotional Myanmar ambassador who continues to represent the elected civilian government led by the National League for Democracy appealed for international solidarity.
the military can no longer uphold the rule of law and protect the people and the country. Myanmar military has become the existential threat for Myanmar as a polity and civilized society. Now is not the time for the international community to tolerate the war crimes and crimes against humanity committed by Myanmar military. The international community must ensure that coup has no place in the modern world as bound by the UN Secretary General.
South Africa called for the rule of law to be respected.
We believe that the developments in Myanmar undermine the democratic reforms following the general elections held on 8 November 2020. South Africa therefore calls upon the military in Myanmar to respect the rule of law. We firmly believe that any political differences should be resolved through an inclusive and peaceful dialogue.
Several countries and regional blocs, including the EU, the UK and the United States, have either threatened or imposed targeted financial sanctions against the military leadership, as several countries condemned the coup.
It is time for the military to immediately relinquish power, refrain from further violence, release all those unjustly detained, and restore Myanmar's democratically elected government. And it is time to provide unhindered humanitarian access so that life-saving humanitarian assistance reaches all the people in need.
Regional powerhouse China said it was engaging parties to de-escalate tensions, but referred to the situation in Myanmar as an internal matter.
What happened in Myanmar is in essence Myanmar's internal affairs. The international community should, on the premise of respecting Myanmar's sovereignty, political independence, territorial integrity and national unity, help relevant parties in Myanmar to conduct dialogue and reconciliation in accordance with the wishes and interests of its people.
The General Assembly President earlier said it was not too late for the military to reverse the negative trajectory on the ground. Sherman Brycepe's SABC News, New York.